and Happy New Year. We begin with some melodies welcoming one another.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
I don't know about you, but I was looking forward to this past New Year's so much, and not only because of the wonderful food that my husband made, but also because 2020 couldn't go away quick enough. We lived through such a year of up and downs, and while we are assuredly still right in the middle of it, there is so much hope on the horizon. And so tonight, as we have bid adieu to 2020, as we're filled with hope and optimism of what 2021 will bring, it's interesting that our Torah seems to line up just perfectly with our secular calendar, in that today, on this Shabbat, we conclude one book of Torah before we begin another book of Torah. We finish studying the book of Genesis, and in this coming week, we'll start studying the book of Exodus. We close one chapter and we start a new one. Tonight, we have the possibility of bringing some light into our world, lighting our candles for the very first time in the secular year. And I invite you to join with me in bringing some Shabbat light into the world. Uh-oh.
I can't wait to join with you, Rabbi.
Sometimes you have to work for the light a little bit, but we appreciate it that much more if it ever comes. What is going on? Maybe someone else should light candles.
Watch your fingers.
My fingers are fine. I just don't know what's going on over here. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with your commandments and has commanded us to kindle the Sabbath light.
Amen. And just as we have welcomed Shabbat with this beautiful new light of 2021, so too now do we welcome Shabbat with this cup overfilling with joy, the joy of all the possibilities that are yet to come in this year. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ava uvratzon hinchilanu זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim. We continue to welcome Shabbat with joyous song and singing, coming together. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, chiri biri biri bim. Bim, 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Chiri, biri, biri, bim. Bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Ma yafe hayom. What makes this day so beautiful? Shabbat Shalom, the peace of Shabbat. Ma yafe hayom, ma yafe hayom, ma yafe hayom, Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach, and may we be blessed. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach. Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi mentioned that we finished reading the book of Genesis this Shabbat, and at the end of every book of Torah, we say these words, so fitting for tonight: Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek. Be strong, and may we all be strengthened. Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek. Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek. Be strong, and we will be strengthened. Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek. Candles burn in the window every Friday night. Listen close and look within. Be part of our light. We're singing together joyfully, passing love along. Shabbat that keeps our family. Week by week, we're growing strong. Chazak, chazak, ונתחזק. Chazak, chazak, ונתחזק. Be strong, and we will be strengthened. Chazak, chazak, ונתחזק. Chazak, chazak, ונתחזק. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, הנה שבת נקבלה, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום ומבורך. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom umevorach.
Now that we have been able to sing and get ourselves ready for prayer, we can call ourselves and one another to worship.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher midbaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach she'arim. God of creation, who makes the evening fall from light into darkness with the setting of the sun. You unfold the heavens with brilliant moon and stars and wrap our souls with peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach she'arim. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv
Love beyond all space and time. Your love enfolds your people, Israel. We receive it in your teaching, your gift of Torah, sacred obligations, discipline, and law. So let us speak these teachings when we lie down and rise up, and find joy forever in your Torah and mitzvot. They are the very essence of our life, ours to ponder and study all our days. May we always feel your love. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We turn to the words of the Shema, and there's a lot of power in these particular words. They're so central to our tradition, in fact, that it invites us to say them every morning, at sunrise, and every evening before we go to sleep. They are words that we can say on our deathbeds. There are words that we say in our prayers or to give us comfort at moments where we need it. They speak of God, of something beyond ourselves, that which unites us as Jews. And so often we translate these words as, "Hear, O Israel, listen, Israelites. Adonai is our God, Adonai is one." But there's a midrash on this week's Torah portion, actually several midrashim, several stories relating to it, which offer another possibility. Jacob was also known as Yisrael. And as Jacob is reaching the end of his life, not in the promised land as he had hoped, but in the land of Egypt, he feared that in this foreign land, his 12 sons would forget their roots, that they would forget the beauty of Judaism, which had been passed down from generations through him. It was an unspoken fear, but one so tangible that all of his sons could feel it. They gathered around him as his eyes were growing dim and passionately told him, "Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad." Listen, Israel. Listen, Dad. Adonai is our God too. Adonai is one. The Shema, the words that we say, it's a prayer of faith, but it's also a prayer of community, of connection. It's a celebration of our traditions and culture and faith being passed down from one generation to another. And as we say these words aloud, as we will in a moment, we can reflect on the power of this prayer. But of course, as we look here at the words on the screen right in front of us, we not only see that one line, Shema Yisrael, but also a second one. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Blessed is God's glorious name forever and ever. And the second line, unlike the first, we do not say loud and proud, but instead we say in a whisper. You see, as the Midrash goes, these were the last words that Jacob said. These were the words that he whispered with his final breath. Because these are words in which Jacob expressed that, yes, he once doubted that Judaism would be passed on. He doubted himself, he doubted his children, he doubted God, he doubted his tradition. But he was pleasantly surprised to find that he had nothing to fear after all. Perhaps sometimes we too have doubts about our tradition, about God, or about ourselves. So we continue to say the second line of the Shema in a whisper in order to acknowledge those doubts, which are a part of our faith. But after all, we are here as members of Am Yisrael and beneficiaries of this beautiful tradition. And so tonight we are going to sing these words of the Shema, but we're going to do so elongating them, giving us an opportunity to take a few moments for our personal reflection on these words. So I invite you to join with me in using a breath for every word that we say. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod
Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise, when you rise, when you rise.
God who weaves beauty into sunrise and sunset, into ocean waves, budding flowers, and endless starry skies, who bestows upon us great love through teachings and Torah. We are grateful for the miracles that you bestow on us each day, source of redemption, of hope, comfort, and strength. Mi chamocha, who is like you, God? We forever place our trust in you.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Torah tehilot, osei vele, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, malechutcha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, zeili anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. ונאמר כי יבד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Nothing better than to imagine, just as we have this new year now, that we are being sheltered even more so in 2021, perhaps. That we are asking God to spread over us this canopy of peace and shelter us. If you have loved ones nearby you or loved ones that you are thinking about in your heart, I want to invite you to spread over them this canopy of peace, this Shabbat Shalom, to enwrap them in your love, either literally and physically or virtually, as we share in these words of Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, Leshalom, Ve'ha'amidenu Shomreinu Lechayim, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us ably wrong from right. Amen. 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 Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al kol ha'amim.
We turn to the words of the Amidah, where we say to God, please open up my lips, that my mouth can declare your praise. Whether we physically stand or we just direct our minds to be upright, let us offer the innermost prayers within our souls.
Adonai sefatai tiftach, ufi agib tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach, ufi agib tehilatecha. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
So I have the pleasure on the first Friday of the month to tell a story. And I get to share with you One that I absolutely enjoy. Hold on one sec. There we go. Thank you. So I'm going to tell the story today about the king who lives in a faraway land who had one of the most beautiful diamonds that anyone had ever seen. As the story goes, this diamond was really, really big. So big it took a little bit of a workout in order to pick it up. But it was even more exquisite. The way that it shone in the light, the way that it refracted light and created rainbows on the walls, the glimmer and the sheen, it was just a thing of absolute magnificence. There was not a single scratch, not a single blemish. It was just pure perfection. Every day, the king would take out this beautiful diamond and just enjoy it. In it, see the beauty of nature and the world. In it would connect to that which is stunning and sacred. And one day he took it out of the big box in which it was, and he lifted it up slowly and began to study it and look at it, when all of a sudden his arm slipped just a little bit, and that diamond began to fall. And what happened is the diamond fell on the corner of the box that hit it, and with that it fell with a big thud onto the ground. Now, of course, the king was rather alarmed and a little bit embarrassed at his klutziness. He went over to this beautiful diamond and picked it up and looked around and noticed that on its side there was a gash, a jagged gash in one piece of the diamond. It was no longer perfect. It was no longer how it once was. Now, the king was really, really upset with this, of course. So he called for the best jewelers around to come and to try to make this diamond as good as new once more, to come to make it perfect. And one by one, the jewelers came in and they tried to buff out that scratch on the diamond. They did anything they possibly could in order to make it look beautiful, but none of them could succeed. As each one left, it was still that jagged piece that had been nicked out of the diamond. And after the king went through just about every jeweler he could possibly find, there was one man who, a pauper, who came to the king and said, "You know what, I think I know a way to make it even more beautiful than before." And the king said, "Well, I've gone through everyone else. What have I got to lose? Sure, why not?" And the king brought this diamond into a room, and every single day this pauper would come and would work on this diamond until one day, a week later, he came out holding the diamond box with a smile from ear to ear and said, "Yes, I did it. It is even more beautiful than it was before." Now, the king was slightly shocked and also rather excited. And giddily, he skipped on over to the pauper and opened up this box to see the diamond and took it out and noticed that, yes, there still was a mark on the diamond, but it was no longer the jagged gash that it once was. Instead, this man had turned that gash into a beautiful rose, into a beautiful flower. And indeed, it was more beautiful than it had been even before. The story teaches us that the wounds of life don't go away. But if we handle them right, they can make the wounded even more beautiful than they were before. This story is a story about embracing our imperfections and finding beauty within them. It's a story that I absolutely adored, but a story that I came to love even more when I heard a backstory by Rabbi Mark Glickman. You see, Rabbi Mark Glickman is a rabbi in Washington, and he has a stutter. And so anytime he tells a story, he really struggles to say some of the sounds within it. And he told this story at a camp one summer. As he was telling the story and stuttering over the words, other kids there Some who had stutters, some who had some invisible marks, were inspired by the way that he stood up and told the story anyway. And as one other person at the camp said, he became his hero by showing that sometimes these blemishes, sometimes these things that make us imperfect, can actually be sources of strength and sources of beauty. In this week's Torah portion, as we've mentioned a couple of times, it is the story of Jacob at the end of his life. And in it, Jacob is blessing all of his children, telling them how he saw them, their talents and their strengths, as well as their imperfections, in hope that this knowledge will help them to live their best lives when he was no longer around. So too, I think this story and this Torah portion can speak to us, because none of us are perfect. All of us have imperfections. We have scratches that at times can make our lives a bit more difficult. Like the king, we might sometimes believe that these scratches need to be buffed out in order to be beautiful, that we should live up to a perfect ideal. But our tradition, to the contrary, teaches us that our imperfections can lead us to be even more beautiful than we would have been without them, that they can help us to be a hero to someone else, to become more compassionate, more passionate, more generous and kind, more empathetic and aware. Our entire being, scratches and all, is a thing of beauty if only we embrace them. Right now, I want to turn to some things in our lives that perhaps feel like rather big scratches, which are all of the people who are in need of healing right now. Healing of mind, healing of body, and healing of spirit. I invite everyone to write the names of anyone who needs any kind of healing at all at this moment. Of course, as a congregation, we are thinking very much and keeping in our prayers Bob Gold and Sue Goldman Shaw, who are currently intubated in the hospital with COVID. We are thinking about all those who are in the process of recovering from COVID at home. We're thinking also about Michelle Shahan, Mark and Barbara Paul, Philip Ray, Harold and Joyce Bender, of Shelley Pogorowski and Fritzy, and Yisrael Yehudit, Sam and Joan Morris, Jillian Frankel, Sean Igdal, Rebecca Rothstein, Jean Bloomstein, and Cheryl Holtzman. We're also offering prayers for everyone else who is in the weekly email, and for so many people who are whose names are being typed into the chat as I speak. We're thinking of Tovia ben Avraham, Reuben, Moshe, Bar Chaim Verivcha, Marvin and Sheila Hyman, Angie Harrison, Tim Palno, Daniel Fisk, Nadine Wilkerson, Steve Ariva Skoll, Sarah Gill, Don Brown, Mark Cohen, Tommy Lasorda, Tamar Davidson, and Pat Wade, Bob Gold, Sue Goldman Shaw, and Fritzy, Sam and Joan Morris, Brian Drenvo, and Daniel, Joel Wallach, Lori Rosetto, Bob Lafkin, Sue Jones, Judith Summerstein and Judith Rosen, Bella, Linda Desmond, Lee Palmer Salem, Susan Feldberg, Josh Montgomery, Hillary Whittam, Connor Lewis, Bobby Allen, Josie Giannetto, Steve Giannetto, Jack Barley, Kesley Redgrift, and everyone who's fighting COVID. Maya's great-grandpa, Sam, Bob Gold, Patrice Fink, Cheryl Holtzman, the Hermosa Finks, the Danrids, and anyone else in need of healing, Mark Chernoff, Donnie Platts, Frida Jerez, Morris Jerez, and Ezra Jerez, Al Zirkis, and Irene Yolson and Donna Cohen. And for everyone else who we're thinking of at this moment, anyone in need of healing whose names we are holding silently in our hearts, let us together offer these words of the Misha Berach prayer.
Misha Berach Avoti the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishebeirach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose healing presence is with all of those in need, as we all say together, Amen.
Amen. And we hope that this is a year filled with so much healing for all of us. We also turn to a prayer where we remember those who are no longer with us. This week, we are remembering Barry Josephson, who died in this past week. That's Barry Gross's cousin. We're also remembering people who died just in the past few weeks, Howard Corman and Erwin Brown. It's the yahrzeit of Sophie Abramson and Barbara Shirley Ackerman, Helen Aglaze, Molly Back, Gussie Balsam, Pearl Ben Bassett, Irvin Billig, Gloria Matlis Brandt, Molly Braverman, Valerie Brown, Madeline Burton, Samuel Bialik, Milton Cohen, Charles Cole, John Damsky and Gertrude Resnick Dole, Davida Efros and Harvey Epstein, Francis Finder, Joseph I. Freger, Gino Galambos, Irving Galt, Abraham Goldstein and Sam Gould, Marvin Hybert, Eugene Horn, Shirley Hurwitz, Betty Kahn, Jacob Kahn, Abraham Kraut, Bet Levin, Irene Lonke, Hal Loveman, Dorothy Magnus, John McKeegan, Louis Moss, James Ortner, Bernard Pliskin, Melvin Rash, Deborah Remstein, Blanche Ritter, David Rosen, Ida Rosenberg, Ira Rosenberg, Ann Sable, Oscar Salk, Francis Schechter, Ida Sickle, Aline Silverberg, Emily Stolberg, Alfred Tausig, Alan Tolfeld, Jacob Tolfeld, Faye Udowitz, Gabriel Ernstein, Catherine Walter, Sadie Wiener, Steve Wiener, Helen Weiss, Michael Woolen, May Wolf, Alex Zarki. In memory of all of them, and in memory of everyone who doesn't have anyone to say Kaddish for them, let us all join together in offering these words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach cherotei v'yamlich malchotei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon, uv'chayei dekol beit Yisrael, ba'gala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu, le'ilam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be a blessing. And together let us say, Amen.
Amen. Oh, say shalom bimroma, uya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, and may this be a week. May this be a beginning of a year where we feel peace, where we feel community, and where we feel blessing. I want to thank everyone who helped out in services tonight. Tom Rosenberg and Cheryl Holtzman, who are our greeters, be it on Zoom or on Facebook. And to Linda Herman, who's here to make some announcements on behalf of the board. I'd like to turn it over to you, Linda.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. As was mentioned, my name is Linda Herman, and I'm just delighted to be here tonight on behalf of Temple Bethel, on behalf of the Board of Directors. I'd like to wish everyone a very happy and a safe 2021. I'm so glad that we can be together as a community because it makes such a difference for all of us in these times as we usher in the year 2021 and pray for health and peace to each other and to our world. So we have a wonderful Shabbat planned that we'd like to invite you to participate in. Please join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for our service of healing for body, mind, and soul. Our monthly healing service utilizes a blend of music, poetry, prayer, and meditation. And then tomorrow at evening, we join together again at 7 o'clock to join Rabbi Cassie for our weekly Havdalah service. This musical service marks the symbolic end of Shabbat and ushers in the new week. And I would like just to take a moment to thank both Cantor and Cassie Elan for an incredible year. You have done so much for each of us, really. It has been such a remarkable achievement, I think, for your creativity and all of the continuing efforts to have so many things happen in our lives in terms of being able and enabling us to turn to our temple for so many wonderful activities. So on behalf of all of us, please accept our thanks, really. So in concluding, we look forward to spending Shabbat with you and again, with you and again, a very healthy 2021 to you and your families. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Linda, and thank you for your beautiful words as well. It is such a delight to be able to celebrate Shabbat with everyone every week, and even on weeks where I say, it's the 1st of January. I don't know how many people will be here tonight. There's over 50 screens. So it's just amazing how our community continues to come together. It is truly a blessing, truly. Right now, we have the other blessing of going into breakout rooms and spending a little oneg time just getting to know old friends a little bit better or getting to meet new ones. So we're going to be breaking out into rooms in just a moment. Cantor, do you want to take it away?
So in a moment, you're going to be whisked away. I hope you enjoy this time together with each other, a time to be able to chat and get to know each other just a little bit better as we enter into this year. Shabbat Shalom and Happy New Year again.